Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here. This is going to be my everything I want to see out of Kamen Rider in 2022 and beyond video in my series of videos I do at the beginning of every year going over each of the big three and what I want to see in the future. Riders are often always a little bit shorter because in recent years I haven't had as much that I have a desire for and I don't have as much to fill out a top 5. So this is actually going to be a top 3. So the top 3 things I want to see out of Rider to continue and out of Rider and beyond 2022. So for number 3, this is my generic, I have to put it in there. I think one year this was even my solo pick, was just no more team-ups for a minimum of 100 years. This is never going to happen. It's working for them. Who am I to tell them to stop making money? But in my dream world, they would just stop the team-ups. Just for a good long time, just stop. Like, do a team-up between the current main rider, sure. No more bringing back all these randos. No more soulless suits. I would just love for them to take, would 5 years even be so much to ask? Just... that's not going to happen, but I have to include it because it's something I want to see. Number 2, I want Revice to continue to just still be good and maintain it. That seems like a really weird and basic pick, but as of this recording, I've still been loving Revice. It's been really good. I think they've handled things really well. It's just a really good, solid Rider show. They've even handled the anniversary aspects well, you know, with the suit designs being inspired by old Riders and mixing with animals. I was worried about that, but they've handled it, in my opinion, beautifully, because ultimately it just makes it cool. Makes the suits neat. It kind of is fun to see, like, oh, I loved how they mix these together. It doesn't impact the show. So my hope is that Revice not only continues to be good, but I hope the way they handle the anniversary nods continues. Just continue to do it aesthetically in a cool way, and don't bring in honking horn anniversary stuff. I don't want to see a bunch of random characters in there and a bunch of anniversary nonsense ruining it. Save that for the movies. Do your nonsense in the movies. I won't watch them anyway. But the show is good as is. I want to see them keep the quality and keep the way they're handling the anniversary stuff. Now, number 1 is a pick sort of similar to one I had on my Sentai list, which is, even though I am enjoying Revice quite a bit, and I made my peace with Saber and found stuff to enjoy in the second half, and even though I have a general positive opinion of the way things are going, I would like to see a little bit more of a shakeup. I think I included this on my list last year as well. And I think that Riders may be a little bit less need of a shakeup than Sentai, but even though Revice has been good, I still feel the general sameness and formula to the show. I think that's, you know, by nature kind of a flaw in following Rider and Sentai all these years, is that the patterns kind of wear on you. And, you know, that's probably not going to happen to a lot of fans because a lot of the younger fans will stop watching, or maybe they'll pick up and drop off certain shows, so it's not a huge deal. But it's definitely becoming rather formulaic, and I don't think it necessarily will happen with Revice because it's already in production, but maybe in the future I'd like to see them just shake things up a little bit, make things feel a little bit different. In particular, as I mentioned I think in last year's video, when we started the Reiwa era, I thought maybe we would get something a little bit different, just a little bit of a different flavor, kind of like how, you know, post-Decade Sentai had a little bit of a different flavor, and, you know, Heisei had a little bit of a different flavor from Showa. I was hoping Reiwa would have a little bit of a different flavor. I don't know why there's so much tasting going on. Something a little bit different that was unique, but ultimately it's just more of the same. There's not a whole lot for me that feels unique about Zero One, Saber, Revice, even though I really like Revice, distinguishing it from the other ones. And I'm just really hoping for a little bit of a shake-up in the future, just to keep things fresh, so. This is a relatively short video, again, because I don't have as many concerns or feedback or wants like I do with Sentai and Power Rangers, but I wanted to make one for Rider. But what do you guys want to see out of Rider in 2022 in the future? Let me know in the comments as always. Until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you can catch my videos. Dawson Rider, signing out.